Learn how strict mode applies automatically inside JavaScript classes. So let's look at strict mode in classes together. Classes always run in strict mode, so you must declare variables properly. When you are working in classes in JavaScript and your variables are not declared properly, it can always lead to an error because classes always run in strict mode. So in my strict section, I have added a couple of steps that we need to follow to make this example that we're going to be talking about now. So it says we should make a new create class car. So let's create a class first and name it car. Class car. Curly braces, not brackets, sorry. And then inside it, add constructor. So our constructor will take name and year. And then we can attach name to it. Like this. So now that we have this class car, we need something else, and that is a method inside it. And the method name is age. And inside that age, so let's try using undeclared variable dates. So I will go ahead and do something like this. Date equals to new date. Now let's inspect this, whether I should throw any error. Of course, there's no error in our console. Okay. Now let me go ahead and say return date.get full year. You can see that I'm not even getting the pop-up again because there's already an error. This.year. So if I add this and I go ahead and create create what is equal my object const my car equals new car Ford 2020. Now if I try to output this dot get element by ID, my car is my car.h. Now, if you look at this, nothing is showing. Now, let's inspect what could be the problem. If you are going to get a clue, you can see assignment to undeclared variable date. And so the issue is here. You can see that we try an undeclared variable. This variable is not declared. We just wrote dates. So to class in JavaScript, you see this as an undeclared and it will not initialize it. That is, you cannot use it unless initialized. It will not even work. So how do we fix this? Well, we can just simply use any of variable keyword. So let's use const to this. And as it is, this should solve the problem. So you can see it in JavaScript class, you cannot use variable without declaring it because classes use strict mode automatically and variable must be declared either with let, const, or var. Undeclared variable in classes causes errors and that helps prevent bugs. Assuming there's no clue on what went wrong, we probably will have been scratching our head on fixing this problem. But because we were able to understand what was wrong, then it made it very easier in order to fix the problem. So there are rules when you are working in classes. Number one is always declare variables in classes. Strict mode also improves code safety. Error happens yearly and you'll be able to detect them as you walk along in your code. And that is because classes automatically uses strict mode. So if you try to use a variable without declaring it like we did, JavaScript throws an error, and that is why we use const dates instead of just dates. That, as you can see it right here. So strict mode makes your code safer and more predictable, as JavaScript classes enforce strict mode to prevent silent errors and encourage clean, reliable code. So this is the usefulness and the importance of strict mode in classes. We just caught a bug just now and we're able to fix it. So just always ensure that you declare your variable. You can use let, it will still work as long as that variable is declared. So for the fact that this will not be changing is the reason why I use const. It does not mean that const is what you must always use. But when you know values are not going to change, const is a recommended way to declare those variables, especially in things like our classes, constructor, functions, and so on and so forth. So you can see how strict mode helps us to handle silent bugs or things that would have troubled us, like the silent errors that we just saw in this example now. And we can see how it encourages clean and reliable code, knowing fully well that your code will work and run as intended when it is properly sanitized and fixed in strict mode.